the description of the statement is lost. Hello YouTube. I need to speed up this part. This is the only slow part of my solution. And it has nothing to do with the rest of the problem. Just how many times do I run it? I have here, I think this is of size 32. And this is inside what? Inside test case. Okay, so just 32 times I have a for loop of size m. And I need to replace it with some polynomial stuff. And what I will do for that is just massey. If, in case you don't know, there is something called Berlekamp massey, and this algorithm is able to find patterns of polynomial nature. For example, if you give to as input, if you provide to massey a sequence of squares, then from this massey will understand that those are squares. Not really, but indirectly it will understand. And you can ask what's the 100th element in this sequence, and very quickly it will tell you what's the next element of this sequence. It will figure out some kind of relation between those numbers. As long as this is of matrix or polynomial nature, it will work. Did I get code jump t-shirt? No, I didn't. I think it's slower than that. So this algorithm is able to detect patterns, and when here we deal with powers, so that's kind of like a polynomial, it also should follow such a pattern. I'm very mad at myself that I wasted half an hour during the contest thinking about speeding up this part, and maybe if it was like 2 years ago I would think about massey. I used it all the time when I did ICPC. And now I didn't use it for past year, and apparently I forgot about its existence. Yeah, it is interpolation. This is some faster version of Gauss. With Gauss elimination, you can also do the same thing, just slower. And yeah, and massey is its faster version. You find linear recurrence relation, like in Fibonacci. So actually, massey is responsible for finding a formula like this. Every element is previous element times constant plus previous times constant, and so on. The sum of some number of previous elements. This is called linear recurrence, like in Fibonacci. And with Gauss elimination, or faster with massey, you are able to find this recurrence. And this allows you to quickly find nth element then for arbitrary big N. Alright, now we add some, we push it back. 0th element will be for m equal to 1. Maybe I will already here put 0. Then m element at position m is the m value, and now instead of sum I will use massey.get of m. Massey will tell me mth element of this long sequence. Like that. I just need to copy paste the implementation. Do I have modulo? Yeah, I do. So I won't need modulo from here. And this is how we use it. Oh, this is a struct. Right. Done? Apparently done. I found too few elements. Let's get 100 elements. The values in the given sequence are not from 0 to modulo -1. Why? Are they negative? Why? Oh, this is negative indeed. All right. Would it work if I here just did 2n plus 1? Not enough? What is n? Oh, n is the number of types. Yeah, that's bad. I don't want that. I claim that 100 is enough. 64 should be enough. That's twice length of the sequence. But we'll see. We'll see. I was very close to qualification. Yeah, I spent... Oh, random error. So maybe not. I spent half an hour on this, like thinking about it. It was the only step I couldn't come up with. Eventually I gave up with thinking about this part and I just started implementing everything else. And I got it in time before the end, just still without this part. Yes, runtime error. Maybe I have some other assumption that makes it bad. I don't know. Well, the best way to check is just to create some big test. Oh, I remember what that is. First, can it handle big M? It can, very quickly, but can it handle big length of the sequence? It can. Right. Segmentation fault, great. Out of bounds index 8. 339. Oh, I hacked this a little bit with some extra variable, and apparently sometimes it's not enough. I tried to speed up my program without really understanding what's going on. Just, you know, desperate stuff that is done in last 5 minutes. I need to answer the call. Easy, while talking on the phone. What else do you need for polynomials? I don't know, I don't get the question. Yeah, so I got... The only thing that I didn't do properly was... the only thing I didn't do properly was this part that was linear in terms of m. And instead I should have used Massey, but I didn't think about it. And as I said, I'm angry at myself. 2 years ago, for sure, I would have thought about it. I laughed with my friends that always when you see a big number in the input and you can solve it for a small number, for sure you will use Massey, assuming that the answer should be computed modulo 1,000,000,007 or just any prime. What's the probability it was pizza delivery guy? Actually, it's electrician, so I think I will need to stop the stream, but we'll see. By the way, my understanding of polynomials, or actually, well, I also don't know some stuff in math. Like, I don't understand... What don't I understand? Inversing a polynomial. This is something I don't know how to do. Or computing log. That's even something I don't understand. This is what I don't know. And all that stuff. Also, same with exp, like with computing exponent of polynomial. Like e to some power. Okay, that makes sense. That's not interesting. But that stuff, I don't know the math. I know quite a lot about polynomials. In particular, I understand Berlekamp-Massey. But this stuff, nope. It was never had enough will to learn all of that. Something that I learned like twice, barely learned and then forgot because I didn't understand properly, is... How is it called? It's also related to generating functions. Oh, yeah, that's something I should learn, and I'm going to learn one day. Generating functions. I can do a very, very easy problem about them. Yeah. And what was that issue with once and see that size? I think I made this issue myself in the last few minutes. Because my program was too slow and I introduced some unnecessary variable big. Where is big? Big is the maximum number of ones we have. Let's actually remove it because that's not something I should use. And then I would avoid that runtime error. Once is up to big. No, once is up to, I think, n, right? And then maybe we don't need this. Apparently my FFT makes too short vector here. Maybe this will work. No? Why? Maybe I'm misusing n. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, we solved D, so now I would pass to the finals. What's left is A big and the full problem C. And that I will for now finish the stream and then be back. So expect the stream to be back in 30 to 60 minutes. Sound test. Now I don't know if both Twitch and YouTube streams will be back normally. Hopefully. Alright. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch. That's fine, we can continue. Okay, I upsolved the D big. Now what remains is A small and the full problem C. Yeah, in A small I tried some greedy backtracking stuff, I mean in A big, but I got wrong answer. I don't even know why, but I don't want to care. If you want to analyze my code, here it is. I tried to basically do all from left to right with some memoization. And I think I will just see the editorial to understand some greedy solution. Wait a moment. Right. Test set 1, sure, brute force, and test set 2. How do we do it? We can compute the length of each resulting number, sure thing. If n is odd, then one number should be as big as possible and the other should be as small as possible. Yeah, just the only issue here is that we cannot use leading 0. I would even argue that it's correct to... we don't need this b square factor, I think. Like, let's see an example from the statement, and what would I do? Not this one, this is A. Say that this is the input. Maybe should be more interesting. Let's add 1 to 3. And another 0. Let's remove a 0. Yeah, now it's odd length. I think that smaller number should start with 8, bigger number should start with 1. This one needs to be big, so then 7, 3. And this is 0, 0, 2. I think this is optimal. So the smallest non-zero, here just the biggest digit, and so here it's literally n over 2 biggest digits, and here smallest non-zero, then remaining. So, hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. I needed to have a 30-minute break. Fine, now back to the, assuming this is correct, what do we do for even length, where it's not that trivial? The case when n is even is trickier. First digits does not give a unique way to construct the rest of A and B. If we have a prefix of A and prefix of B, and it matters if this prefix of A is already greater than B, or maybe we have a tie so far. So they say iterate over the same prefix. Oh, I see. So we choose what digits to discard and to use them in those prefixes, and this has a good complexity. I iterate over size of prefix and over exactly digits that will be in the prefix. I see. We have some input. Okay, what did I do? No, it's normal. I find all the digits that are in pairs. Like that. There will be, so I can use 1, 1, 3, 0 in any order in that prefix that will be repeated, because those digits, they have pairs. And this has length up to 16, so there are 2 to 16 subsets of that. For every subset, assuming that there is at least one non-zero, I can use this as same prefix, and then we have A and B. And now indeed maybe it's good to iterate over digits to use here and there. Did I say some bullshit here? No, I didn't. Never mind. And now after that, we iterate over the next digit in A, next digit in B. Can I avoid it? I can't. Babies and dogs in the background? Yeah, there is a window next to me, so, and it's quite warm, so I'm not going to close the window. Okay, that's a cool solution. I wonder if the fact that there exists a fine solution, it should mean that the problem is fine. A lot of people complain that this problem is shit because they came up with ugly solutions. Same for me, I struggled. And it's not that... I don't know. Should I now say that this is a good problem? I thought that I was a dad, hence dogs in the background. It's also possible to greedily solve in linear time. Well, fine. Okay, I will not code here. That would be unpleasant. This is pair. Test cases first. Babies, dogs, and a Volvo. Like, you distinguish cars from each other by sound? I think that's impressive. Okay, we read this and we need to do what? Count stuff. I think we can call it n. Count of s of I plus plus. Typical family thing for a family to do. Is Volvo such a family car? It's funny because I own a Volvo, but I didn't know it's a family car. Now what? If length is odd, this is easy. And I described that, where was it? That's a lot of tabs open. Whoa. Really a lot. Why do I have so many tabs open? It's like after you finish some big project where you worked on it for days and finally you get to close all the tabs in Chrome or, well, here, IDE. Back from Code Forces round to my stream. How did it go? Were the problems interesting today? Okay, easy case. Oh, I removed in particular the comments I made. Easy case is like this. Where this is the biggest n divided by 2 digits, and here smallest, but the first one needs to be non-zero. For this I could just sort that, maybe it's easier. short. Put non-zero to the first position. Do we print the answer? Yeah, we print the difference. Plus answer of I minus 0. Yep. And now from the end, those are longs, right? The length is up to 18. So, yep, they are. Let's see if it works for odd case already. What do you want? Lack of B. And I used N, not ln. 620, 620. Alright, that's something. Well, it's not a strong test. But at least 0 wasn't put first. This is a case where there are zeros. The kid will inherit the IQ of the mother. I've got to get a smart wife. So what the is? Yeah, I also thought it's 50-50. If I try to hack and get unsuccessful, will I get a penalty? I don't know the rules of Division 3. First time it was like Division 3. That's good. Division 3 rounds in the past, they were too hard. And even Division 4, it wasn't really that easy. Hard case. We need to find all digits that are doubled. Count of x divided by 2. For example, if there are 4 occurrences of one digit, then there are 2 pairs. Twice it can be doubled. Alright, and then iterate over all the masks, including the empty one, right? Right. Count is memo count. Start from this, then for all the positions in doubled, if you're one of the mask, count of what? Doubled of I is equal to, because we took those two and they are aside. Now we have the remaining count. That's for the remaining part. If we used everything, if count is empty, then we got a difference of 0. That's the best option. Oh, but also if we only use zeros, that's bad. Only any positive. Right. Now if mask is non-empty and nothing is positive, that's bad. Because you used only zeros for the prefix there, and numbers cannot start with 0. Who's street gear? Who's tourist? Otherwise, there is something to continue, so I can iterate over digit 1. And digit 2. One of them will be smaller, one will be bigger. Let's say digits 1 will be bigger. If count is already 0, then continue. This here, the same logic should be repeated, but plus plus, we move it back. I iterate over what will be the first digit, and the rest can be handled greedily. What else? If there was nothing in the prefix, so if mask is 0 and you are 0, then continue. This is a leading 0. Same for the other digit. Cannot be a leading 0, but otherwise here handle the rest greedily. One is increasing, the other is decreasing. Alright, and kind of same as before. One number will be of this type, where this is the first digit. Well, this is smaller number, so let's call it B. By default, this is, what was the order of digits? Digit 2 is smaller. I think that the number of digits here in the remaining is even, because the number of all digits is even and we only took pairs. From the smallest? Yeah, from the smallest. Is not greater than 0 up to this. We minimize the answer. What about now? That's not even close. For 5-5 I got some stupid answer. Didn't allow anything. What do I do to stay in shape? Don't eat shit and work out from time to time. Let's find a bug somewhere. For starters, do we ever get here? Oh, I don't have my templates. Fine then. Nothing got here. Dozens of ifs? I guess so. Can I count here? Oh, I don't see the number, the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, not even a single dozen. Only 10. Poland has special food? I'm sure there are plenty. Yeah. But I want... if there's some special food in Poland, then I don't know names in English. Maybe at the end of the stream I will Google some images to show you. Ten ifs in 120 lines. Is that a big number of ifs in that number of lines? I think it's quite normal. Something specific to Poland? I don't know. Vodka? Yeah, maybe at the end of the stream. We never get here. More ifs. If you want, I can split an if into 2 ifs. Is that better? And maybe this one. Beautiful. Now it's 12. Dislike that this when there's only one sentence? Yeah, like I dislike you if you wouldn't put here brackets. How many questions to solve continuously? It's about the number of hours, not the number of problems. I can solve a bunch of easy problems in 5 hours and I will not be very tired. But 12 hours? No matter what I will do constantly for 12 hours, other than sleeping, I will be tired. What's the problem? The problem is the first one from CodeGem. This is the link, and open problem, build a pair. So what is wrong? What is wrong? Oh. I will copy my templates, because I actually want to debug. If you don't know, those are templates that allow me to conveniently print stuff, and that's it. My templates are very ugly, you shouldn't use them, I think. I subtract wrong thing. Doubled of I. Here we go. Do you see how stupid this line is? If I see that, let's say, digit 7 appears, let's say, 6 times, then what I do here is I iterate from 0 to 2, so 3 times, and I insert here rep, which is 0, 1, and 2. For this, the sequence doubled is this. I detect those as digits that are doubled. Great. Instead, of course, it should be 777. So X, not rep. And I got that quickly by seeing, oh, here I subtracted at position 0, but how do I get 0? Maybe first this should be a hint that something's wrong. Sequence doubled contains 0 instead of 5. Right, now nope. How is 7 possible? 31 and 24. Oh, the bigger digit goes with smaller rest. Right, that's obviously right. So this guy starts as bigger digit and then it will move down. And this thing like that. Because right now what I do is I choose, if I have two numbers, one starts with something big and the other with something small, my code now, it appends this one with big digits and this one with small digits. It should be the other way around. To minimize the damage, now I should pad this one with small and this one with big. Like that. That was an issue. Well, and now I think I screwed the order because of that change. 701. Radetzky algorithm. I need to read that blog. I know the version with 3 connected components. At least, let's say I understand the square root solution for that. It was a problem in algorithmic engagements, where I spent a lot of time and couldn't solve it, but because I went with a different path there. How many hours should I practice every day to become ready coder in 2 years? People have wrong... Oh, why? People don't understand how to get skills and participate in contests. Tell me how much I should now practice to get to the national football team. Is that too slow? Did I do something wrong? Maybe I should just speed this up. You can get it? Total. Yeah, I guess so. Well, sad life of tall people. It's so windy up here. Okay, let's try to get a max test. I believe that a max test is anything where things will be doubled a lot. Maybe I should make some ifs and memorization not to repeat things, but then the space will be worse. This is 36. It's quite slow indeed. Is it okay to say that I should maximize this common prefix? I don't think it's okay. But it should be quite long, shouldn't it? And given this, I'm surprised that they didn't lower the limits just a little bit. What do we have here? 5 seconds for 100 test cases. So I need to get way below 100 milliseconds. And right now I'm more than half a second. Is it slow because of sorting, maybe? Like this remaining, pushback, and then sort, that's quite slow. Instead of that, I can just iterate over numbers. In order, like, numbers are already sorted. Because it's like count sort, but you don't need to count, because it's already counted. Let's try to speed this up a little bit. Constant optimization. But I would be so pissed if during a contest I had to waste time on this thing. So here we have 2 at 18th power times 10 square and times here some stuff inside. Yeah, it makes sense that it's not fast. So let's speed this up. This and that. Now B uses small numbers. How do I get the numbers? Small numbers. Remaining is the number of remaining digits. Then B is padded with small digits. Repeat that many times. And this is B. I iterate over digits from 0 to 9, I iterate over how many there are, and if still I need some digits, then I take them. I then do the same backwards for the other number. I know how this is redundant, but whatever. Let's change this. It's faster and it's incorrect. Seventy-three is actually a very, very bad number. It's like 100 minus something. Yeah, this is a lot. Oh, sure. We only take half of the digits. Now it's correct, and it's twice faster. 370 versus 800. Still should not be enough unless their tests are not really only full tests. Let's see. Do I use VirtualBox? Yes, I do. And hello, Harshit. Accept. CodeGem actually has weak tests, and it's very common because of this format where they have a lot of test cases. They never, I think, they never care about actually including a test where there will be 100 max test cases, where I can fail myself. If I repeat this a lot of times, this will be a valid test. Last lines will be skipped, but if I do here 100, what's my time? Remember that the time limit is 5 seconds. And I will have here, what, 1 minute? This shows how weak tests Google CodeGem uses. How much RAM do you allow to virtual machine? I don't know, 20 gigabytes? 23. I have 32 in my PC, so around 2/3. How is it going? 38 seconds. And my computer isn't slower than CodeGem servers, CodeGem judging machine, let's say. Weak tests. And it said that I needed to speed this up at all. I wonder if it's correct to say that almost everything that could be doubled, we should double. So if you see that there are, let's say, 4 7s and 2 6s, does it mean that for sure you will use most of them in both numbers, only to then make a difference, like here maybe 4 and there 3? I don't know, and it doesn't seem very interesting, so I don't care. A solved, D solved, B I solved during the contest. It was very easy. And what remains is C, geometry. But I need to think if I want to do it today. I don't know the statement. How much time did it take to others? If it's an hour, this is a problem that only few people solved. 3 people. It's not easy. I can solve it for sure in finite time. This stream is already 1 hour and a half if we count the break. Yeah. Is there ever a test in this competition allowing multi-threading? There used to be. I will read the statement, but most likely I will just think about it now. Finishing the design of the fencing for a field. Each fence must run in a straight line between 2 poles. Each pole occupies a single point. No 3 poles are collinear. What? We get a set of points and 2 edges drawn, and we need to find the triangulation. This is my understanding. Given a set of points and 2 non-intersecting edges, find any triangulation. And this means just as many edges as possible. If the edges belong to the convex hull, the given two edges, then easy. Otherwise, not easy. If you didn't know this problem in advance, or at least if you don't know a solution, feel free to write your ideas in the chat. For n up to 100, this is easy. What's the solution for n up to 100? Let's say that one edge is given. I can find triangulation of both parts. So one edge is given, it splits the plane into two half planes. Find the triangulation of each half and then combine in some way. And up to 100 is greedy. So we just draw whatever edges. I fixed my pen. What I needed to do is replace the tip of the pen. If you watched a few streams ago, my drawing tablet was a little bit broken. But now I replaced this small thing like inside the pen. I don't know if you see it. Welcome, Masai. Hooray. Oh no. I have still this issue with keyboard appearing and I didn't manage to make it disappear forever. Yeah, so given a bunch of points, ignore the keyboard, and some edge, what we can do is for each half separately find any triangulation. And then what? We add some extra edges? Huh. And that's it? For one edge, I mean. So always it will be like this. And same here. Same thing here. Makes sense. I think it will be a triangulation, so it should be optimal in terms of the number of edges. I don't think we can do better. No. There is some formula, Euler formula, I think, for the number of faces versus the number of edges and the number of vertices in a planar graph. If we get triangulation, that's maximum number of edges, I believe. But what should I do here? Should I say that there are 3 parts? Maybe 4. There is some convex hull of this part, convex hull of this part, well, that's 3, and convex hull of this part, maybe including this edge. Still there is this edge and it's forbidden to change it. I don't know, maybe, just maybe I should do the same thing, so add edges here, add edges there, and add edges here. That's not the only way the drawing can look like. Maybe it's like this. This is one part, other and another, but yet again we can combine stuff. And edges can be part of convex hull of everything. So we have at least 4 or 5 cases. I don't feel convinced that this is correct. And even if it is correct, because of the number of cases, it will be hard to implement unless I find a way to automatize it, not to consider different cases, not to implement different solutions for each of them. Oh, I have an idea. Here's the idea. We will do it in 2 steps. So there is at least one of those 2 edges such that its extension doesn't intersect the other edge. Maybe the drawing is like this, then I will say this is the first edge and this is the second. Extension of first doesn't intersect the second. Here extension of second intersects first, but I don't care. So I try both versions and I check easily with cross product, and then I run a solution for this part and separately for that part, where in the yellow part I have one forbidden edge, or actually one edge I need to use. How do I do it if there is one such edge? Well, I split like that, and that's it. So I only need to be able to merge 2 convex hulls into one. And here I'll iterate over this part and this one. So it's a lot like implementing finding convex hull with divide and conquer. This part. Adding extra red edges. It's like finding convex hull with divide and conquer. And thanks to this part where I first say this is first line, this is second, I don't need to care about how three convex hulls are aligned with respect to each other. I always want to combine two. And this makes it actually doable. Now, can somebody who knows the intended solution, can you tell me if this is the intended solution? I still don't know if I want to implement it today. Maybe. I will also need to find any triangulation. So I will find any triangulation just randomly in nlogn. That's what happens when there is no given forbidden edge. And always when I get such a yellow area, its triangulation will be the convex hull of everything plus some extra stuff inside. Okay, let's do it. I think that 1 hour should be enough. That's my timer. Should I maybe show it on the screen? Do you want to see the timer on the screen or not? What's the input format? The last two lines, two existing fences. Those are IDs of connected vertices. It means that the existing fences can intersect at endpoints. I should think if that's an issue for me. It's a situation like this. What will happen? Well, I will split into that part and that part. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I shouldn't care. Just be careful about checking collinearity inside my code. Okay, I will show you the timer. Dun, dun, dun. Here you go. That's my timer. If I don't get it right in time, it means I suck at geometry. In particular, maybe it will happen because that's not really how you solve this problem. I didn't read the editorial, so I don't know. Of course, I'm a real man. I will not copy-paste anything. or maybe my template. Coordinates up to 1 billion. Alright, here it's not, we need to print something, that's format case something. What do I print? Oh, I print the edges, sure. Like that, now the test case. And then the points. What's up, chat? Everything all right? Why write the point struct again? Same reason why we would print segment tree again, to be fast doing that. This, I do it from scratch every time because most of my time when I seriously participated, it was for ICPC, where you don't copy codes, you write them. You can rewrite from a piece of paper, but writing it yourself isn't that much slower. Most intuitive name of variable ever? What? Day? Yeah. I sometimes use points, but then it turns out I need another points, so day. Yeah, it's stupid. Also, he is quite interesting. For me, he denotes like the other variable. I'm this and he's he. ICPC allows pre-written code on paper. You can have your team reference document / library, and you can rewrite from that document, from paper. Do I need IDs? How will I format that? In the output I need to print edges between IDs, so yeah, there will be ID. There will be a function that gets the points. I can call it points. And it gets some forbidden edges. I think that those will be vector of pairs, like that. And it's of size at most 2. Yep, that's it. And then there will be 2 cases. it's empty, or if there are two of those. Yeah, I like this. And here I will not even care about ID, I think. There are always two, or is there some K? Two lines contain two integers each. Maybe there should be a subtask where K is equal to 1. Okay, and globally I think I will keep the edges, but that I can do later. And here obviously I need to print them. If nothing is forbidden, then random, and else we split along some line. Do I need to find the convex hull here? I guess I do. The algorithm will be, that's how to find any triangulation of a graph, of a set of points. We take random point inside, we connect it to everything in the convex hull, and we split recursively into smaller triangles. I didn't implement it for quite a lot of time. How to improve logic building? Practice logic building by solving problems, for example. Yeah, we need a convex hull. Okay, the only place where I need to think for a second. What's that? We are good if A, B, C are like that, one after another. So with respect from A, B is more to the left than C. Then this is good. B minus A is before C minus A. If this, then good. So we don't remove B. This is good shape. And this removes B. And then we push back C. Then we have everything. And here a single pop back. Also, I assume that I get at least 3 points. Yeah, what will happen if I get 2 points? I mean, I can handle it here, of course, with my code, but that's not the point. The point is I don't know what should happen. So for now, let's assume that those are at least 3 points. So that's the convex hull. If you split given edge, you can implement it without forbidden points. Yeah, my solution is the same, Brunowski. I will get rid of forbidden completely, like recursively. Eventually it's about just triangulating a set of points. Now, what's the algorithm? Do I take a random point inside or actually any random point? Random point inside is easier. If it's like this, then, well, I need to connect everything along the convex hull. If I split, yeah. Okay. There is a function at edge. And there is some global, I think, vector of pairs. Maybe it will be later a set, I don't know. But for now, let's say that I will be good and I will not double at edges. So yeah, along the convex hull I add everything, and additionally I connect everything with 0. Other than neighbors, of course. Otherwise, I think I need random point that is not on the hull. A lot of noise outside. How do we do that? I can have a set. But that's slow. And it's up to this. But there is unlog n anyway from getting the hull. Oh, my solution, if I do this without sorting points once, then my solution is actually slow. It's unlock square. But is it fine? I think it's fine. Yeah, it is. It is. I don't like this. That's a very strange way to generate a random number, not from this set. But well, whatever. take a random point until we get something not in the hole. Now we combine everything on the hole with A, we draw the edges, and we split recursively into smaller triangles. If you don't know this algorithm of triangulation, it's like this. Find the convex hole, get a random point inside, and connect it with everything on the convex hole, and move recursively to the triangles. That's the algorithm. I think I need to sort with respect to this point. I will do that. But do I then need a convex hole? I do. Okay, never mind. I make A to be in 0, 0. Then we need to sort everything by angle. Other than the point 0, 0, that one will not be sorted. How do we do that? If you're not that particular point, then do this. And now we have all the remaining n-1 points. Sort them. Need a comparator. This is sorting by angle. Then random of points. Is this a keyword? Oh, random triangulate. Okay, sorted orders by angle. What is GitHub? Use Google before asking a question. Why isn't it easy to find any triangulation? Like, now I need to think what to do, and already 20 minutes passed. So this timer indicates an hour, like I run the timer starting from 1 hour to see if I can implement it that quickly. Because if not, then really, what's the point of solving this problem in a contest if it takes you the full contest? Why is there equal column in code forces round standings? I don't know. I don't remember what that column is. Always we start from somebody in the hole, and then we will get a lot of triangles. Where is my drawing? Here. with respect to this point, we first look at this guy, and we will move, say, clockwise, doesn't matter, until the next one in the hole, and I will gather everything in between. Oh, in this triangulation thing, it's enough to find the convex hull once, because later when you get down, you're always in a triangle. But yeah, whatever. So interesting. Iterate over everybody starting from shift. And now if you're in the hole, I mean among the convex hull, then do one thing, else do another. Always we add this point, and if you're in the hole, then this is the end of one triangle. And triangle clear, or just put the 0, 0 point. Because we have ID, here I also need to pass ID. What's triangles? Here's the logic I implemented. No, when I get to some point, I hope that in my vector of like a single triangle, I will already have all those points, those and those. And now I add that triangle to vector of triangles, and then I start a new triangle with so far only point A, 0, 0, and this point here. That's the logic. This should be true. If hull has size 5, there should be 5 triangles. Yep. What? We don't need to cast. And done. Triangulation. How much time did it take me? The triangulation part, I mean. So I wonder if it's actually worth it to copy-paste. Well, the whole thing took me 25 minutes. So yeah, I should copy-paste something like this. But well, this is practice. Isn't this too hard? Why? CodeGem stupid problem. Why is it stupid? It's quite standard, but geometry is always standard if you know geometry. Okay, let's do this. Let's not add forbidden stuff, and let's see if this triangulation will work. I'm quite sure that edges will be repeated. I tried to get a hole for something of size 2. How? Right now I don't care about forbidden, so it shouldn't happen. But this is why we have asserts. They can only help. And not only, but usually they help. When printing, I need to add 1. Is this a proper triangulation? Zero 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 1 1 1 1 0. Zero 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 1. Okay, like this, and my connections are 1 2 2 3 3 4 1 4 1 3. Well, yeah. Do I keep something global? Edges are global, so at the beginning of every test case I need to clear that. I see. Initially we don't do this. What about now? 12 edges, that's a lot. But sure, we have time. 31 minutes. 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 and 2 3. I think that this is the test. And edges are, well, I got 16 edges is not good, but I repeat edges, so it seems okay. 1 3 3 4 1 4 1 2 2 3 1 3 again 2 5 3 5 2 3 3 4 3 5 and 4 5. This is a triangulation. Do I understand this order? I moved recursively to smaller triangles. So first it prints this triangle, then some other triangle, and so on. So yeah, it's fine. Am I going for 19 points? What do you mean? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, for the full score. Why not? Is the timer stuck? Here you go, it's unstuck. It's stuck again. I cannot minimize it, it just needs to be in the background. The time left is just some artificial challenge I'm setting for myself. What's going on? Does it need to be in the foreground? That would really suck. No, it works now. Yeah, and now forbidden. As I said, I need to find a line such that its extension doesn't cross the other line. I am A. This is A. This is B. I need to check if this forbidden situation happens. If extension of A crosses B. This happens if one is negative and the other is positive. Let's sort them, and now if 1 is smaller than 0 and 2 is greater than 0, then that's bad. Or just we return that. One cross product will be negative because one point is on the left from A and the other is on the right from B, from A. If it's exactly here, then this will return false, and that's intended, because if the situation is like that, then I don't mind. I'm putting here an assert that after this swap, now it's true that extension of first doesn't cross the second. Now we are splitting everything according to this first. Oh, I can conveniently make a function by using forbidden 0, that first and second. times b minus a smaller than 0. Maybe it should be greater than 0 actually, but doesn't matter. And then I can more conveniently implement this. If... oh, I can't. Here it matters if it's small or equal. Let's call it get angle. No. If something is exactly on the line with A, it gets to both halves. And then there is forbidden. For now, let's ignore forbidden. Or let's just pass it without actually getting rid of it. But sometimes I should erase this element. Things it decreased a lot, but maybe because I don't erase this sometimes. If you're outside, then stuff. Oh, what about triangulate right? If points is of size 2, then let's just ignore it, shall we? Okay, 8 edges, because sometimes... no, that's bad. Because the answer is 6. That's the maximum. Oh, vector should be set. My time complexity now becomes bad with so many sets, logarithms and everything. 7 edges. Let's see those edges. I have 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 5, that's suspicious, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, and 4, 5. 1, 4 seems to be missing, but also I would like to know what, which pairs are forced. 1, 2, and 3, 5. This one and this one. I still didn't handle the part with combining two convex holes, you know, like this. Oh. Okay, big part is missing. Yeah, so it makes sense why there is no edge between 1 and 4. What is missing is that part, like I said, finding convex hole with divide and conquer. Which country? I am from Poland. First, let's handle this forbidden thing properly. If both parts Maybe I should do this. If something is forbidden, but actually doesn't belong here, then let's get rid of it. Would require some extra code here, but it will work. If some point in the forbidden pair doesn't exist, then get rid of it. Fine. The answer didn't change, but I don't mind. Now we need to add red edges. I need to get convex hull of left part, right part. They have one common edge, I believe. They have both have some convex hulls. Assuming that each of them is at least of size 3. In each of them we need to find exactly the edge. What is exactly the edge? I think forbidden.0. Split is the common edge of both hulls. I think I want to rotate each of them so that this would be the first edge. Like that. I'm scared that I will get time limit exceeded. Also, 14 minutes left. And I'm adding the red edges, those between two hulls. If they are equal, what? This, that, and first edge.id. This is the same pair, order doesn't matter. Then we need to shift by that much. So we need to get everything starting from I. Like this, hole is new hole, return. Okay, now I shifted the hole so that the first edge is the special one. For now, let's run this just to make sure that this doesn't break in terms of asserts. Yep, it doesn't break. Now we have new drawing, please. We have something like this. This is the common split edge. There is left, there is right. I need to draw some edges here and there. What's the logic for this? More complicated example, please. Maybe like that. The next point from here. Java, you get a timeout. Stop spamming. Those will be some two small pointers. And while they see each other, they will do something. It will be hard to get it done in 11 minutes. Maybe they should be both here. That's not a good idea. First we will check something, and if that's true, then we will move I and j here and we will say that they are connected. And then in a while loop we will try to connect I with j plus 1 or j with I plus 1. When can we connect I with j plus 1? When I, j and j plus 1 are in proper order, like this. Why are there two holes? There are some forbidden edges, and there is some edge that splits the drawing into two half planes. Why is there daylight? Why not? You can Google Poland sunset today. And you will get time around now. When do we have this? When this is more to the left than that. Yep, and what's the order? Maybe one of them should be reversed. It will matter here what's the order of both convex hull. Usually I implement it in such a way that this is the order. So with I, if I move increasingly, with j I will need to move decreasingly. I think I want to create a good test for this, by the way. Otherwise I will be quite blind here. What's the test? I need something like this. A beautiful butterfly. The coordinates will be this is, let's say, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is 1, 2. This is 10, 3. And then everything will be symmetrical. 1, minus 1, 10, minus 3, minus 2. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 10, 3, 10, minus 2, 1, minus 1, and symmetrical thing from the other side. I can just copy paste, right? Total 10 points, and then forbidden are pairs 1, 2, so just this is forbidden, and I need to choose one more. Maybe this thing, it will not hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5. You can analyze the edges, not printed, but it's quite a lot. Yeah, I don't want to bother. Instead, I want to here say what are the sizes. Oh, it's a bad idea because I will not know what is printed. Here we go. 6 and 6. Is this from some previous test? Yes, it is. Okay, here 6 and 6. Yeah, that's about right. And I want to know the order. What am I doing? X and Y. The order is 0, 1, 0, 0, minus 1. Okay, so I did apparently like that. This is the default order. But I would prefer if I increased both I and J. So I will reverse left. Before finding the split. And now they are both, after reversing, they are both in this order. So I will use I plus 1 and J plus 1. When will points I and J see each other? If I minus 1 and J minus 1 are not an issue. So from IJ, I minus 1 and J minus 1 must be on the left. I should make some function for that, shouldn't I? Maybe no. This is good. And same with right of j minus 1. This is right. This will say if they see each other. Now this is 0, this is 1. If C of 2, 2, then we start doing anything at all. Like that, and always when we detecting it that we see that, we need to add an edge. Otherwise this, what kind of edge do we add? It is IT. Not ID, we just pass points. Hot Wheels, interesting. This is Hot Wheels or what? Nothing is printed, so quick fix. Two, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. That is reasonable. That's quite reasonable. Let's see what actually red edges we added. Those three. 6, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can believe that this is 10. And timer is out. I lost. Where is the sound? One minute, 10 seconds. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I focused on this. I guess 5 more minutes and that's it. Yeah, so we did one part. Now we need to also do the other part. Best will be to reverse both left and right. You want to see something beautiful? Here we go. Beautiful copy paste. Don't do it at home. And I'm guessing that then we want here to do smaller than. Okay. We print still a lot of stuff. Let's get rid of it. Oh, I even copy pasted the printing. For loop, yeah, I didn't make a for loop of size 2 because of this, because of what I'm changing here. Yeah, I could, but I didn't. This is 8, it shouldn't be 8, right? It should be 6. Well. One, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 5. What's wrong? I shouldn't print the edges from the input. That's what's wrong. What do you think is the probability that this passes? I think that it's 90% to pass the samples, let's say 93%, then 40% for small and 20% for big. Here I'm worried about the time limit exceeded. Maybe here more. I think that it's not that slow. So I would say this. Maybe this percentage should be smaller. Gravekeeper hosted for 21 viewers. Oh, then let's hope that you witness here beautiful green accepted. I have. It does or it doesn't. Yeah, but there are actually 4 possibilities. It doesn't pass anything. Passes only the sample test, small and big. Well, the most likely event happened, this one. At least it's runtime error. For runtime error, it's easy to debug. Because like, if I get that test, I will see that it's wrong. I can figure out if one of the asserts is wrong. Here you can see the trick. Define assert as something that will go forever if the condition isn't true. If I now get time limit exceeded, I know that one of the assert caused it. But if I see still runtime error, it means that it's another thing, like using a wrong index, or what else? As some pointer, invalid pointer in a set, something like that. Gravekeeper again, thank you for the rate or the host. Is there a difference? Hosted versus rated. Hosted means that it also is displayed on your channel, right? Proved by wrong answer. We are waiting here for a lot of time. Oh, because time limit is big. So yeah, I'm assuming this is time limit exceeded now. We can now binary search which assert caused it. can have time assert. This will be something that gives us time limit exceeded if this thing fails. So what we have? Yeah, where are asserts? Control F doesn't work. It does work. One. Wait, there is only one assert. No, there are multiple. Why wasn't it found here? Because I need to hit that I want to go to the next, right? No, something's wrong. There are more asserts, like here. Why didn't it find it? It only is looking for stuff on the screen right now. Everything else doesn't exist. That's a very strange online editor. Very, very strange. I want this to be faster, so let's just define it as exit 0, and I will get wrong answer. Otherwise we will wait for a lot of time. Yeah, let's find some asserts. Here one. Anything else? Looking for asserts. Now, if we see wrong answer, it means that one of time assert failed. If we see runtime error, it means one of standard asserts failed. Why don't they give you a line where the error occurred? Because in general, it's hard to say in which line the error occurred. If you run a code on your computer, it also will not always tell you which line it is. Hope the other submission doesn't skip. I don't think it skips. I think this will be faster. You know what would be the funniest result now? To see accepted. Wrong answer. So one of time asserts caused it. Okay. Let's change this to assert. I submitted 5 minutes ago and it's still being judged. If they have a time limit of 60 or 90 seconds, they should test in parallel. Otherwise, people will wait for 10 minutes for their verdict. So the issue will be that shift is not found. Right? If I get here wrong answer. No, that's runtime error. What did I change? This is not true. Time as. I didn't expect to search in my code for time as. Now I expect wrong answer, and it means that whole.size and triangles.size is different, which is surprising. Wrong answer. How can this be wrong? I'm looking for something in the hole. A is not part of the hole. Yeah, wrong answer indeed. So this failed. I can even just remove it. Actually, I will. Maybe it will start working, but I doubt it. How can this be untrue? Isn't it true that if hole is of size 5, then starting from random point inside, splitting into triangles, I will have 5 triangles? Maybe something is wrong with this code, maybe with sorting. I wonder what will happen here. Random error, so okay, some other issue. But the fact that this failed is very suspicious. This happened in random triangulate, so something that I can check without generating smart tests, but nothing can be collinear. I don't know. Strange stuff. And now, for simplicity, I will ignore forbidden. But later remind me to move it back. Random points, but without collinearity. No, it's not that trivial to generate such points. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Infinite loop, so I messed up. That two forbidden things, no? Oh. Still infinite loop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. What do you want? Maybe I repeat at some point. Or something is collinear. Does anybody see the issue? Already for those 6 points something is wrong. 0, 0, 5 minus 1, 10 minus 1. Oh, those three are collinear. Those three are collinear. 21 will be okay? I think so. Yep. Now some points inside. 7, 7, 10, 11. I can generate random non-collinear points, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. We have a generator of random tests, assuming that there is a struct P and there is a function collinear. Like that. And ID doesn't exist. It always prints the same, and it prints something very bad. Oh, ignore this part, of course. Why is there always 5 points? I thought that I take a random number of points. Yeah, this should be random. I guess some bug of this random library. Maybe because there are 8 values here. I will copy this as suspicious. Apparently this test lib random library is bad. Let's go from 3 to 9. And now at least we have some variety. Like that, and where is our... here is... Was there an infinite loop somewhere? Maybe in generator. Yep. Those coordinates are not enough apparently for 11 distinct points. Still not? Use empty? No. It would require a lot of work. So still the generator is an issue. Why though? With n equal to 6? I don't know. Here you go. Okay, this is now very suspicious. What's going on? This generator is bad? But is it possible that already after adding a few points we will be stuck in such a range? I want a runtime error. I ignore forbidden. So I'm not really using everything in my code. Then I'm assuming that triangulation in itself, it works. But I do something wrong here apparently. Though this is harder to generate. I need not non-intersecting segments. Well, I can do it with 1, 2 and 1, 3, they are non-intersecting. That was fast. smaller test, please. Yeah, I messed up for sure. What did I mess up? Because now I don't even pass the sample test. Well, that's not the sample test. Oh yeah, that's not a good test. This value is different from the number of points. Smaller than. Increase the negative range, I guess, shouldn't matter. Maybe, of course, maybe. Any breakpoint debugger tools for C++? They are useless if I don't have a counter test. And what happened a second ago was just an invalid test. That's bad. Maybe my program always works for a situation like this. Testaments of my patience? Why? What would you do? Flip the desk? Can I get the test data? Oh, what do we have here? Did I... Whoa. That's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. So something that I think is trivial, implementing a struct p and computing cross product, I did incorrectly because I didn't cast too long. I don't know if I'm getting old or I'm just stupid. Oh, that's frustrating. And it's understandable that small test didn't detect that. I should have tried some big tests. I mean, tests with big coordinates. Templates, next time templates for sure. Do you keep a note of learning points like that somewhere for the future? Not really, maybe I should, but I do it in my head. This is the... that's why I copy paste, exactly. You see, the more something hurts, the more you will remember it, right? Let's say you touch something hot and it hurts your hand. As a child, you don't need to write down information like that. Hooray, accept. And instead, you just then know not to do it. So here, same thing. If I'm hurt a lot by long longs, I will be more careful about long longs. What hurts too is that I'm just out of practice compared to a few years ago. In ICPC time, I would implement something like that more easily, for sure. So it took me hour and like 10 minutes to get, I guess, here. Oh, we will copy this. So this is submit from 22 minutes ago. Control C, Control V. And let's see if this submit was correct with the small exception. End of suffering indeed. I upsolved all problems ABCD from Google Code Jam round 3. Times 1 LL? No. If you want that, you can do 1 LL times. If you really want times 1 LL, well, at least here, this is not enough. It's enough if you do it right here. X times 1 LL. But yeah, really, typing this is what, 5 seconds? So why do you think you did bad during contest? Because I didn't figure out the solution for D. I didn't think about Massey. If I did that, I would advance. So yeah, my strategy was fine. Because I didn't solve geometry. After reading D, I thought for a few minutes. I saw the main part of the solution, and I thought, okay, let's not waste any more time. If I solve D, most likely I will pass. At that point, I solved A small and full B. Also, I knew that in A, maybe I'm close to the full solution. I thought that I solved A big, but I got wrong answer. So I thought if I finish with D, then I will move here. Also, some people already got points here, so at least I wanted 9 points. So I was stuck in D, and I couldn't figure out the part with big M. I could solve the problem if M was up to 100. Yeah, accepted. This submission, oh wait, there are multiple submissions. So maybe I want to take this one. I want to take this one. My first submission was from 2055. And it shouldn't have any define at the top. Yeah, this one. Right, code gem is done. I didn't advance to the finals, so I don't need to practice in the next weeks or months. I will still from time to time do AdColor Grant contest, but it won't be every week. Still, you should expect 3 streams a week, and I'm not sure what I will do during them. 2 code forces, 1 lead code? We'll see. Next stream will be on, I think, Sunday or Saturday. I don't know. I tried to switch from Saturdays to Sundays, but weekends are always crazy. How do you type so fast? I learned. You can Google learn typing fast, and there will be some free websites like this one. Here you go. Imagine if this bug costed you the finals. Oh, I had worse. Do you touch type? I think every viewer can figure that out. When you get CodeGem t-shirt? Don't ask me, ask the organizers. Most likely they will send the t-shirts after a few weeks or months. Yeah, so this very first attempt from 2055 was correct. Okay, so A solved, B solved, C solved, and D solved. D was the easiest to upsolve. It was just using massing. Right, thanks everybody for watching. Congrats once again to Gennady because he solved all 4 problems during the contest. Actually in 2 hours. 1 hour and 59 minutes. I needed some more time, and also about Massey, somebody told me I didn't get the idea for the well, A also. In A I read the editorial not to suffer myself. B I solved during the contest. C I solved myself right now, but I wasn't fast enough. I wonder how much time it took Gennady to solve C versus D. Those times aren't very meaningful. He could solve both. I don't think that he solved C in 12 minutes. So it's more like he solved something from that, then that. The order of solving problems in CodeGem doesn't matter. It's more than 1 hour. And 50 minutes maybe. That's reasonable. Alright. Radeusz will win with Radetzky algorithm. Yeah, he will. Who is the guy in the second? Somebody well known from China, for sure. Alright. Thanks. See ya. Bye. Oh, also Discord. Well, I don't know. I'm not an active Discord user right now, so maybe I shouldn't advertise it. But join the server, check out the schedule of streams.